Death by selfie. It's a relatively new phenomenon that has quickly become a public health issue. Researchers have found that on average, every 13 days, someone dies while trying to snap that perfect picture of themselves. They fall off a cliff, or they get attacked by a wild animal, or they drown because they're so focused on, what's on their phone instead of what's behind them. I'm joined by Rosella Nunez. She and a friend were taking selfies on a lava formation when they were swept out to sea and eventually hospitalized. Adam Sherman is a search and rescue coordinator at the Grand Canyon and a commissioned ranger paramedic. And Matthew Bergman is a lawyer with the Social Media Victims Law Center. Welcome to all three of you. Thank you for being here. Rosella, I'm going to begin with you. What happened when that happened to you? Well, tell me a little bit about that story.
Yeah, so we were on a layover in Kona, and it was my first time being there. And the other flight attendant I was with was really excited to take me out for the first time. I had just gotten a GoPro for my birthday a few months prior. So we went out to come to find out after the fact that the place is called End of the World. But he had shown me some scenic pictures. So I was like, yeah, great. We could test out the GoPro. Let's go there. Not knowing it was about this month, 6 years ago, that it, of course, is their winter and they get really horrible waves coming in and out. And we were unknown of this information. So I went to take some pictures, and then a rogue wave came and it took both Orly and myself out. Thankfully, it didn't take us out to sea. We were able to stay on top of the coral reef. I do believe if we went out to sea, that we wouldn't have even made it to the hospital. But yeah, I ended up with 11 stitches in my knee. My face was all scraped. Orally had a fractured hand. We had a few bruised ribs. And yeah, our 24-hour layover, the majority of it was spent in the Kona hospital.
You're still taking selfies in the hospital. I love it. But now, so here's the deal. This is scary. I'm so glad you're alive and you're okay. I mean, we certainly could have been telling your story in headlines instead. Are you more cautious now? Are you so chastened by what happened? Are you still posting?
No, I'm definitely more cautious. And even as it happened, I remember thinking, this is why my family doesn't trust me living my day-to-day life. But yes, I'm definitely much more cautious on not only the adventures I go on, but how I am taking pictures of it and sharing it with my friends and family on social media as well.
Yeah, but it's surprising to hear these statistics that every 2 weeks somebody dies, taking a selfie around the world. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure if you'd known that beforehand, right?
If I would have known about their weather beforehand, I wouldn't have gotten as close as I had as well.
Okay, Matthew, let me ask you, from your perspective, how much of this do you think is trying to remember an amazing moment versus trying to have such an incredible social media post?
I think it's the craving of likes and streaks that causes people to do very irresponsible things and are so in need of adulation under these platforms that they can take unbelievable risks and sometimes lose their lives as a result of that.
And then there's that whole distraction thing, right? I mean, sometimes we're so engrossed that we just lose ourselves in, a little, 3 by 4 inch screen, and the whole world just doesn't seem to exist, anymore. So that brings me to you, Adam. I mean, you're in the Grand Canyon. You're a ranger, a paramedic ranger. Something tells me that you've got some firsthand experience with a lot of tragedy there. First of all, have you ever had to deal with something this terrible?
Yeah, we get fatal falls in the Grand Canyon. Frequently, it happens. So we are used to and we train for people going over the edge of the Grand Canyon.
But I'll bet you never expected, long time ago before you became a ranger, that it was going to be because of taking, pictures of yourself. There's a rescue element to this as well, right? It's this is dangerous for you all of a sudden when someone is alive and needs help. Now you're in danger ostensibly.
Yeah, absolutely. When we conduct high-angle technical rescues, we are putting rangers on ropes to be lowered down to our victims. That can be anywhere from 30 feet to hundreds of feet. I think the Grand Canyon is a very steep and hazardous terrain. So when people are taking selfies, we really are asking people to maintain situational awareness, recognizing the hazards that are around them, realizing what the footing could be like, if there's a railing or if there isn't a railing, or if there's obstacles that they could potentially trip over. It's really important to have the wider perspective than just your phone or looking at your phone.
You know something, Adam? Just a couple of months ago, I was on the Palisades, which is in New York City on the Hudson River, and it's very, very high, steep cliffs. And I was taking a picture inside the guardrail with my son and my husband, and I saw a group of young people who had gone over the rail and went way out to the edge of the cliff, and I said something, and I felt like, oh, there's that, mom in me. Hey, guys, be careful. What are you doing? And they just ignored me completely. And I wondered if you're seeing a little bit more of that. More onlookers are saying things, right? See something, say something has taken on a new meaning in the land of selfies.
Yeah, I think you're right that people are speaking up and seeing people do dangerous actions. And the best advice I can offer is just, again, be safe. Recognize that accidents can happen to anybody at any time, and make sure that you know what you're doing. You have that situational awareness. Yeah. You know what the hazards are that are around you.
Okay, so Rosella, I want to show a list of the most common selfie-related deaths. This is pretty amazing. Number one is the falls. We already knew that. But number two is transportation related. So maybe people, driving and taking a selfie. Number three, drowning. I think that's where you fall in. Number four, firearms. Good Lord, what are people doing? Number five, electrocution. That's those folks in India who climbed a tower in a lightning storm. And number six is wild animals, which also is pretty astounding. I look at that list and I think it sounds so incredibly obvious, but why isn't it? Why do you suppose it's not obvious to some people?
I think some people, unfortunately, in this time right now, it is about social medias and how many likes you could get and getting that quote unquote perfect picture. And I think it would be better if we got to that mentality of actually just enjoying the environment that we're in instead of being so concerned about that perfect picture. Because unfortunately, as statistics are showing, it's not always going to be that perfect picture that you're going to be able to get. Or if you do, you're not going to have the ability to share it with everybody that you're hoping to share and get likes for. So yeah, hopefully people see this statistic and get a little bit lucky like we got in our situation, because unfortunately, as we're hearing, it doesn't end up like our story did.
Yeah, the average age of people who die from selfies is 24, and 41% of them are 19 and under. So hopefully the message will get out with messages like, tonight, us putting it out there that, hey, it's actually kind of deadly. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, all three of you. I really appreciate you joining me for this. Rosella Nunez, Adam Sherman, and Matthew Bergman, thanks again. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.